Have you ever stopped to think about what true wealth really is? We're about to dive into an ancient text that makes a pretty radical claim about where to find the greatest treasure of all. And believe me, it's a truth that has echoed through the centuries and speaks directly to our lives today. For as long as people have been around, we've been chasing things. Wealth, power, you name it. But what if the greatest prize isn't something you can hold in your hand or put in a bank? An ancient passage makes this bold claim that challenges everything we think we know about what's truly worth going after. So the book of Proverbs just comes right out and says it. Wisdom is a treasure that's far, far greater than any earthly riches. And this isn't just some nice sentiment. It's a direct head-to-head comparison. It argues that wisdom delivers what gold and jewels never, ever can, a truly flourishing life filled with peace and honor. So let's explore why this claim was so revolutionary. Now, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the original audience. To them, this idea was absolutely startling. They lived in a world surrounded by cultures that prized material wealth, gold, silver, precious stones, above absolutely everything else. This isn't just poetic language. It's a direct challenge to that basic human instinct to define our worth by what we own. This passage proposes a completely different foundation for life, one that's built not on what we can gather, but on the wisdom we can discover. So what makes this concept of wisdom so unique? Well, it was playing a totally different game than the cultures around it. In places like Egypt or Mesopotamia, wisdom was often just seen as a practical tool, for personal gain or for climbing the political ladder. See, for Israel, wisdom wasn't about simply getting ahead in life. It was about something so much deeper, living in harmony with the very grain of the universe itself, an order that God established from the very beginning. It was about aligning your life with reality as God actually made it. And to help us really wrap our minds around this profound reality, the text uses powerful poetic imagery. It doesn't just describe wisdom as a concept. It reveals wisdom as a living, breathing, and incredibly generous force. So picture this. Wisdom is personified as this magnificent, queenly figure. And she's freely offering the true gifts of a full life to anyone who seeks her. The text really emphasizes that her ways aren't harsh or burdensome. They are pleasant, and her paths lead to genuine peace. Then, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 18 offers the ultimate gift of wisdom, and it uses one of the most powerful images in the entire biblical story. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Now, this isn't just any metaphor. It's a direct link to the very beginning of the human story. By calling wisdom a tree of life, the author of Proverbs reveals something absolutely breathtaking. It's a direct echo of the Garden of Eden, and it shows that wisdom provides a path back to the eternal fellowship with God that was lost. It's an offer of the very life humanity was created to enjoy. And just when you think you have a handle on it, the passage takes this stunning turn. It expands our vision of wisdom from just a personal virtue to something that's woven into the very fabric of the cosmos itself. We start to understand that we are not dealing with simple, practical advice for having a better day. No, we are encountering something far, far greater. And this reveals a crucial point. Wisdom isn't just something we apply to the world. It's the very operating system of the world, embedded in the structure of all existence. This verse from Proverbs 3, verse 19, changes everything. It reveals that the universe isn't random or chaotic. It's ordered, it's structured, and the principle God used to do it all is wisdom itself. So to live wisely is to live in harmony with creation. This grand cosmic vision of wisdom presents humanity with both a beautiful invitation and, a pretty difficult challenge. It points us toward a deep longing for this perfect wisdom. Because even with these clear instructions, the story of human history is one of consistent failure. We choose folly over wisdom again and again, and this repeated failure, it creates this tension, preparing the way for a final, perfect solution. So the longing of creation for order and the failure of humanity to achieve it, they both cry out for an answer. They point to the need for this cosmic wisdom to appear in its fullness, to be perfectly embodied. And the New Testament proclaims that this cosmic wisdom has a name. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24, the Apostle Paul makes the connection with absolute clarity, identifying this creative, life-giving force. Jesus of Nazareth is not merely another great teacher of wisdom. He is the divine wisdom of God made flesh, dwelling among us. In Jesus, every single facet of wisdom described in Proverbs finds its ultimate fulfillment. He's the creator through whom the world was made, the giver of true peace, the supreme treasurer, and he is the tree of life who restores our access to God. So the timeless invitation of Proverbs is ultimately an invitation to know him. Because it is only in and through Christ that the flourishing, peaceful, and eternal life that wisdom promises becomes truly and forever possible.